Hi, this is John Norbeck. I'm from Lisburn, Pennsylvania. What I have in front of me is my 1998 Jeep TJ, which is now an EJ. I converted to a full electric Jeep. I had an opportunity to drive a Nissan Leaf. Really like the performance, like the idea of how clean it was as far as emissions goes. I've been driving Jeeps all my life, and I just couldn't see myself driving a Nissan. So since Jeep doesn't make electric vehicles, I decided to make one of my own. Good friends at Mount Zion Off-Road in Dover, Pennsylvania helped me de-ice this vehicle. And basically, de-icing is to take out the internal combustion engine and help me lay out the drivetrain. So it has a HP EVS AC 75 motor, which is about 80 horsepower, 180 foot-pounds of torque. And that's the blue item down at the bottom. That's the motor itself. The system max is about 130 volts. What's on top you see is the motor controller. It does exactly what the name implies. It controls the motor and the electronics. It takes 130 volts DC, converts it to 130 three-phase AC. The advantage of the AC is I have regenerative braking, so whenever I let my foot up off the accelerator, it starts to regenerate energy back into my battery pack. That's a pretty sensitive electronic item. So what I've done is hooked up a cooling system to that. And you see the two metal or the aluminum plates. They have water jackets that run through them. And it has antifreeze that's actually run from this reservoir and pump that's used to cool mainframes on computers. And that's also hooked up to a very small radiator with two small electric fans that I keep out front. What you see behind it is not a regular radiator, that's the condenser for the air conditioning. I'll get to that in a second. So I wanted to have all the workings of the original TJ. So I did some modifications here. I have a V-belt on the front of the motor that runs off the front shaft. It gives me power steering, vacuum for power brakes, and then the air compressor for the air conditioning system. Being a ragtop Jeep, I'm not sure that I'll use that, but it had it on it originally, so I decided to put it back on. And no, that's not a flux capacitor. That is a set of contactors that turns the system on and off. I do have a low voltage system still in here, and what you see down there is a DC to DC charger, and it basically takes the 130 volt, converts it down to 13 volts, and that runs across over to the original battery that I used to run the original electrics in the car. So that'd be the gauges, headlights, taillights, turn signals, and hazard lights. That just gives me a built-in redundancy in case I do run out of energy. I still will have hazard lights, that type of thing. Here are 12 cells that are up front. They're lithium-ion batteries or cells. Small orange wires are sensor wires that run back to a battery management system in the back of the vehicle, and I'll show you that in a second. And that's the main fuse for the system itself. I went ahead and put a lot of this, and a lot of this stuff is robust pieces, but I went ahead and put all the junction and connectors inside waterproof boxes, just for added protection of the unit. Being a Jeep, it could be in some pretty wet areas. And this is a Gigavac switch. It's basically a maintenance switch. I can turn the system on and off, which allows me to work on it without fear of a heavy electric shock. So like I said, those are 12 cells up front. I have 24 in the back. 24 in the back adds up to the 130 volts. I put these in the back. Originally planned on putting them down low where the gas tank used to be. Got a little impatient this summer, so I ended up putting them in the back for now. And having Jeeps all my life, I really haven't carried that many people in the back of a rag top like this, so I didn't think I was losing anything. That's my battery management system right there. And here's my Elcon charger. It'll charge off of 110. You see the plug back there. So I can just plug it in with a regular extension cord, or it'll charge at the full 220, just right here. And I have the charging system set up in my barn to charge the vehicle whenever I need to. It gets about 60 miles on a charge. My commute, I use it as a commuter vehicle. My commute's only 20 miles, so it works perfect for me. Like I said, it drives just like a regular Jeep, except it has 0 emissions. I do buy all clean energy, wind energy. So this vehicle has no emissions associated with its use. And that's it. Well, I will give a plug again for Mount Zion Off-Road for helping me de-ice it, and also BH Electrics in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where I bought a lot of the parts. And Brandon, the owner, actually came out about once a month this summer and did help me lay some stuff out, and also did some inspections of all the work that I did to make sure that I was doing things properly. Those two guys helped out a lot. Thanks.